Open bar.
Open bar. Open bar. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Snoop Fam First. Emphasis on the fam first, and we got another Open Bar podcast episode for y'all. At my left, as usual, is the cheat code herself, Chi Illuminati, and to my right is the infamous Muscle Up Mills. It's just Mills, whatever he feel like getting called for today. So we gonna jump right into this one today because ain't no time to waste when it comes to calisthenics. Today's topic is called. We was gonna title it Form Police, but I think this is more like a PSA on form. I feel like a lot of people are misinformed about form, what certain forms are acceptable in certain situations, and the uneducated person just expects you to do whatever they want you to do without knowing the knowledge of it. So I'm gonna start this off real quick with Chi. Like, what is just your thoughts in general of form police or the purpose of different forms? Do you think there should be just a universal form for everything, or do you think there are forms for specific things?
Yeah, there's forms for depending on what you're doing, whether you're training for a comp, if you're training for aesthetics, if you're fatigued, if you're doing something against time. It's all different forms, so you can't just have one form for every style of training. There's different styles of training, there's different forms.
Mm-hmm. What about you? What you think?
Yeah, I agree. It depends on the person. Some people, it's just they only have one form because they may not be into it or in that deep or in the sport that deep into it. So they're only doing it. They just going and do their 10s, doing their 20s on push-ups and that. So they're only doing it for them. They're only doing it with one form.
Okay.
But what she said, I would say more so that it's different forms for everything.
All right, so let me ask you this question now. If someone is coming to you for training, they want advice or something like that, and they tell you they want to just look good for their birthday, what form would you train them at?
I would just, first I see like whatever form they have, because they don't have to do full lockout.
Okay.
So whatever form they can give me, I would just give them that. I'll try to make it a little bit more stricter. I like to see whatever limit they could do, try to push that limit.
Okay.
And then if not, just usually just keep it in a certain range, because certain forms build certain looks. And then other forms, more cleaner forms, is for different things like more endurance and stuff.
So that's a perfect point you made of different forms are for different looks. So Chi, I'm gonna bounce back to you. When it comes to perfect form, right? Overemphasizing everything. What kind of look do you feel that gives your body?
Maybe a more lean look, elongated muscle, since you're doing full range.
So if somebody likes to look puffy,
Like
brolic and
bulky.
stuff, and they don't want to do full form, should they be knocked for that?
No.
That's my whole point with this whole thing, because it's like different forms are for different purposes. So you see, like we are a competitive team. At Team Sparta, we compete. So the form standard is set already. They want perfect form. They want, whatever form they ask for, we can give. Because since we're into this for sport, we'll train. I break it down into 3 categories. So category A is perfect form, strict form. Category B is like endurance form / fatigue. And then the third category is more like aesthetic. You just want the look. You're just emphasizing, you're targeting an area and keeping the tension there. So let's start with category A of perfect form. Like she said, it gives you a more elongated look. You're stretching the muscle to its furthest point. So you're losing a lot of tension. You're not really gonna get those extreme results.
Yeah.
So when people come to me for training tips, if they want to compete, I'll tell them, because obviously mastering perfect form makes all those other forms easy.
Yeah.
Because these are exactly
the mobility.
So because if you can do this, you can do this. You can do this. You can do whatever. So example number one is when I do perfect form, and also when I train perfect form, you have to be smart about it because I wouldn't say you're more injury prone to that, but every exercise there's a result of injury, so you have to train it smart. You can't train that the same way you train endurance. You can't train on the minute training with quick recovery, doing 1,000 reps of perfect form, because now that attacks your joints, that attacks your tendons, that attacks your muscle. So what are your thoughts on perfect form? Like do you feel that it's because the form police, they want that all the time. Every single set, no matter what the set is, they want perfect form. Do you agree with that, or do you disagree?
Absolutely not, because especially if you're doing like some work for like endurance or a set or routines more set up for like battle purposes, you, like you said, depending on what the battle, if you're doing 50 pulls and then you're doing something else and then you're coming back to pulls and you're doing 45 pulls, and you're gonna do 50 pulls, a full lock, you ain't gonna never get done like that. So you have to give some leniency a little bit, you know what I mean? Respect. Yeah, acceptable form. Like it don't gotta be shorties, but something where it's like, all right, that's good, that counts, and they move on.
So if perfect form, let's break this down in percentages. Let's say perfect form is 100% ROM. If 100% ROM makes the other ROMs easier, what's the purpose of endurance training then? What's the purpose of it? Like, why do people do it?
You said the 100% ROM.
That's perfect form. Yeah. So like we know that makes endurance form and fatigue form easier, and that makes aesthetic form easier. So why can't that just be the standard? Why do people do endurance form? Like, what's the purpose of it? Yeah,
because you have to have the muscle endurance. You got to train the muscles, to condition the muscles to be able to keep going.
Okay. Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, so you can go for a long time, so you can hit a certain amount of reps.
So I absolutely agree with y'all. So I'll tell a little side story. When we started, a lot of people, when they start their fitness journey, when they start their fitness journey, they can't full ROM. You can't. Your body's not used to it. You're not used to pulling from that. So you have to just work, like you said, whatever form you got, we work with that until we could do better. So a lot of people are stuck in the middle and they work their way down. So I can be honest with you, I've been doing 30 pulls. I'm about damn near 8-9 years into calisthenics. I've been doing 30 pulls for about 6 years now. But back then I was sitting here with it. Now I'm here with it. You understand? So we always had a thing of the dirty reps still play a purpose, because if I can do 30 dirty, I can do 15 clean. Yeah. So they still affect each other. They still translate. And like you said, the biggest thing with endurance training, and that's, I'll use the 5-minute drill as an example. You have to teach your body how to do 150 reps in 5 minutes. So whether you do it dirty or whether you do it clean, your body has to get used to doing that amount in that set of time. Right. And then the more you do that, your body will get used to it, and then you will learn a different form. So you can prepare for clean form still doing dirty form, if that makes sense. Because like I said, it's like a math equation. Like 20 of these equal, like $1 can be a paper dollar, or it could be 100 pennies. It's still $1. It's just some people don't want to go into a store and put 100 pennies on the fucking table. They rather put $1. So
like some people with muscle ups in particular, some people is like they get the muscle up. They don't do no chicken wing, but they do a little kick.
Oh yeah.
And they was like, they're more stuck on, I keep kicking. Everybody's telling me about doing clean. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't want to discourage you. You're doing, that's very acceptable right now. That's very good. You're gonna build up to doing it cleaner and cleaner. You don't have to be like, what you did with the kick is not called a muscle up. That's a muscle up. You have it,
Okay,
and
so
you have to build on it.
And doing dirty is not necessarily, it's not incorrect.
There's no wrong way.
Compromise your form a little bit so you can teach your body to get those numbers.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's why I wanted to do this topic today, because a lot of people don't know. You know, they when these foreign police, they speak on stuff, they're just speaking from what they like to see, what's visually acceptable to them, not knowing that there's a purpose to everything. You know, because like I said, when you attack high reps with perfect form, it's not even a muscle issue anymore. It's your tendons, it's your ligaments, it's, you know, you're on a bone.
Nervous system.
Exactly. You know, so you can build up to it, but you know, the safer way to build up, it's a lot of trial and error. You know, so I encourage, because Team Sparta is it's a endurance team. I don't, you know, hide that. We're an endurance team. We train endurance. We like to do big numbers for a long amount of time. But, you know, the emphasis is on the middle form. You know, that's what I teach, because I can flip to this and I could dabble to both. You understand? But the basis of our training is endurance training, because if you can do, I tell people all the time, it's a mental thing sometimes. So if you could do 100, what is 10? Because you're so used to doing the hundreds. You know, and it's a mental barrier, because a lot of people stop themselves mentally of, nah, I can't do that much. You know, so now let's talk about the third set of training, which would be the aesthetic training. We see a lot of bodybuilders do this, a lot of people that do calisthenics that are doing it for like a Olympia or a powerlifting thing. So do you think there are benefits in short range of motion? Like,
the short range of motion benefits particularly more the look and keeping that tension. Is like an ISO. It's like holding. It's like a little bit of movement, but you really kind of just holding it stationary and holding it still. So it's really like an ISO hold, with a little give to it, a little lean to it, you know. And it's bulking the muscle. There's no release on the muscle. There's no release.
Keeping that tension, keeping the blood right there, so you get that pump quicker.
So how many people that you know get into fitness to look better? Damn near everybody.
Yeah, I'm about to say almost
damn near everybody. So you
even
know,
in endurance,
exactly.
everybody.
So that range of motion is very important, because I know a lot of people that, no disrespect, that I'm stronger than, I can do more numbers than, but they look way better than their body. And you know, I know diet plays a role and all of that stuff, but when it comes to the work, you know, if they're just sitting in it, some people just want to do this because they want to look good naked. A lot of people, 90-something% of fitness, we just look at it from a calisthenic standpoint, which is dumb because it's just a part of fitness, but a lot of people just want the look. So it really just, I encourage everybody to, when you get into fitness, know why you're here.
What's your purpose?
What's your
Aesthetics
purpose?
or performance.
Exactly, aesthetics or performance. Some people are trained to go, some people are trained for show, and once you realize what your reason is, you can attack your training. Because like I said, I'm the type of person where I want to perform. But you know, we still just wanting to be jack of all trades. I want knowledge here and I want knowledge here. You know, and us being teachers now and a team, and you know, people come to Sparta wanting different things. Everybody don't want to compete in Sparta.
It's good to have both.
Exactly. So how do you think? Because the reason for this topic was, you know, every time a video goes up on YouTube, there's always that one guy. You should have went higher. You should have went lower.
Those ain't good. Those, you know, and those is trash.
So how do you educate that person, or do you just let them sit in their delusion?
Some people, you just gotta let them, because they not hearing nothing that you're saying. You know what I'm saying? But some people really don't know. And then once you educate them, then they'll say, oh, okay, I get it now. You know what I'm saying? And then it is really for the people who talk and have never done it before. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get those people. Like, they'll say like that form is trash, or that, or you should have went lower, but let them run the set, and they probably never even ran it. You don't even know how it feels. You never trained like this before. So, you know, the people that talk and, you know, don't really know, they don't care to know, you just gotta let them be ignorant. But, you know, the people that want to learn, they'll take heed to what you're saying, and then next video that go up, they'll realize, okay. So
what do you think, Mills? When you train, are you appealing to like when you see those comments, how does it affect your training or how you move or anything? Do you just think like, y'all don't know what y'all talking about, I know what I'm talking about? Or do you accept that feedback? Do you accept that? All right,
I accept it, because when you're doing it, you gotta know like what form, like that should motivate you on how you complete the set, because you're gonna know some people gonna be like, oh, that wasn't full lockout, or you was doing shorty. So I would say do it where you feel proud of it. Like, you know, like, I'm stand by this. I don't care what they say or what he say, or sometimes you might see yourself and may even agree, like, yeah, that look bad. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
You know, So I say make sure you're proud of it. Your whatever work you're putting out there, and just be aware that it's open for the public.
Yeah. So let's say I do a set. Let's say I do a set of 20 muscle ups and 100 push-ups, right? And I do it at Form A because I've been doing this for a long time. I train that way. I prepared that way. So all my muscle ups are full lockout. All my push-ups are full lockout. And someone does the same set, but they don't have that strength level. But they can do it with a kip on the muscle up. They can do it, shorty on the push-ups or whatever, but they still completed the same number, but obviously a different quality of work. Do you discredit that person, or do you just encourage them to kind of like, it's possible to get here. Don't be satisfied with that. You can still get that stronger.
It depends on how it looks, because sometimes, like you said, the numbers, Form B is very acceptable and respectable with doing a lot of reps of muscle ups. So it depends on how it looks, but you always want to get better. But sometimes, like you said, making it perfect with a certain amount of numbers is like, you don't want to push it, because you don't want to go to leading of the joints and the injuries and stuff like that.
So
it depends on how it looks. I wouldn't say push it too hard. If it looks where you're chicken winging, then you want to get better. Like, if that's all you got is the chicken wing, then you chicken wing. But if not, then you should work to do it without chicken wings.
So what about body type? Because some people are limited. They have elbow issues. They have range of motion issues, especially with the squat. Because I see that a lot. Like, some people don't have the mobility to do full range of motion, and the older you get, the more you don't stretch. So do you think that is considered when the Form Police is policing?
No, that's probably not considered when they're policing, but I also don't think it should be like discredited. It's what the person could do to the best of their ability, but it's up to the person too to want to get better and work on their mobility so that they can hit certain things. Whatever they can do, it's about their ability. That's all.
There's no wrong way. There's no wrong way.
Yeah, as long as you give it your best effort.
Yeah.
And you're not hurting yourself. You're not doing something hurting. You're feeling pain. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right. So this was a dope topic. I think I'm gonna cut it there because I really want this to. I want to see the comments on this one. So hopefully, I want to see people's opinions. So let's close this out with, what is your message, Chi, for the Form Police that are hopefully watching this video?
I'm open to all criticism. I know I'm not perfect, but certain comments definitely make me better. So we need those. Sometimes there's a purpose for the Form Police, but sometimes you could tell when people are just being straight up ridiculous, and it just turns. Now it's just you just hate and you're just talking gibberish. But there's certain comments out there that you're like, I know what he's saying. I know what she's saying. Like, I could definitely work on that. I know what I got to work on. But also, I don't know if we hit on talking about the when it's time. When it's time, there's a lot of working against time is a whole different thing. So that's why I'm like, the people who's commenting, if they've never ran a set against time, you can't really talk because you don't know.
Yeah, but the thing is, they can talk. And they will. Whether it's credited or not, they can speak.
Yeah.
So that So what do you?
My message
to the Form Police.
So what is your message to the foreign police? Muscle up, Mills.
Nothing, because they already know everything.
Can't tell them nothing.
Can't tell them nothing. So it's like, all right, but keep commenting. I want you. You're gonna keep motivating me. Keep commenting. Yeah.
All right. So my message to the foreign police: y'all need to chill. Y'all need to relax. Let me look into the camera for this one. Y'all need to relax. Y'all are doing too much. Y'all need to relax. Stop commenting. Get on the damn bar yourself and put in some work. Y'all are so quick to tell somebody about themselves from a pictureless YouTube page, sitting in your mother's basement in Indiana eating fucking pizza rolls or some stupid shit. I'm on my shredder shit for this video. Fuck that. Foreign police, like, you know, y'all doing too much, and y'all have to understand that people are putting their work out to try to motivate you, because we're not perfect in this. Calisthenics is not a big sport yet. You understand? This is not something that's professional yet. So people are doing what they can to their best of their ability. So you guys that are doing it, like I said, there's a difference between criticism and there's a difference between just straight hating. You understand? Some people have it some days, some people don't. We don't put our sleeping habits, we don't put our eating habits out here. Some days I might give you the best set you ever seen. Some days it might be trash. But, you know, y'all putting stuff out without it being like, you know, y'all aren't like, I'm going.
I just be one of the people who talk to show. Just show me how it's done.
Yeah.
Like that's
Besides
squatting to get the remote. You know, do some squats.
Exactly. So for everybody that watched this, I hope y'all learned something, because like I said, I can personally say from my style of training, how I train Team Sparta, is we do give attention to different types of form, because they're needed for different things. If you're doing like she said, if you're doing a time set, a competition, we're gonna train endurance, because the faster person wins. The person that can last the whole time wins. You're not gonna get there with a certain form. If we're doing strict form like a dead stop or you have to overemphasize, you have to train that way as well. And if I'm going on vacation, if I wanna look good on the beach with my wife, I'm gonna train aesthetics. I'm gonna just sit in the middle ground and get that pump. You know, so it's a different form for different things. So I'm hoping that the foreign police listens to this message with open ear and just understand what things are. And, you know, just that in closing, please, the after party's in the comments as usual. Like, share, and subscribe. If y'all want to hear more topics, let us know, because, you know, this is a community podcast. This is for y'all. So, you know, that's another Open Bar episode. Snoop signing out with Chi and Mills. We out of here. Open Bar. Thank you for watching this video. And if you enjoyed this video, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe, because there is plenty more to come from Team Sparta. Open Bar. Open Bar.